for the for the Muslim Ummah. The Maliki school of thought, they did not count these as pillars. They didn't count these as pillars. So there are some differences between the ulama, and I think if you can go back and do some reading on that, studying on that, you will see the differences between the ulama based on the pillars and conditions of the day of Friday, whether the salah, it's not the salah itself, but the khutbah that should be given by any imam. Lastly, I'm sorry I took so much time. I don't know if my sheikh has mentioned the person who should give the khutbah, the qualification of the khatib, of the imam who's delivering the khutbah. Anyone who is qualified to lead salah, he is qualified as well to do the khutbah. And he has to add to that, as I said, the confidence that when he stands up, when he delivers a khutbah. Some imams, they know, mashallah, they recite the Quran perfectly, and they lead the salah, and they've been imams for so long. But when it comes to khutbah, he cannot. He can't even talk 5 minutes. He can't. So, in addition to the conditions of the imam, you can add to that also that he has the ability to speak and deliver the message clearly. He doesn't have to be a hafiz. He doesn't have to memorize the whole Quran, and he doesn't have to have so much knowledge. But he has to have at least the basics of Islam. He knows what's halal and what's haram. He knows something about the pillars of Islam, the pillars of faith, and some other matters. The khatib also should have faith, a strong faith in iman and good manners, in taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot, even though the ulama have differed also that the fasiq could be delivered the khutbah. Fasiq in English, is it wrongdoer? Fasiq, who does bad deeds? Sinner, yeah. He could be given khutbah. He could give khutbah according to the salah, according to the opinion that the salah will be accepted, will be valid behind the fasiq, the sinner. So the khutbah, it's the same thing, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the person who should give the khutbah, and these are the qualifications of the imam who's delivering the khutbah. Let me add one thing to that. I don't know, the shaykh already mentioned the subject. It's already mentioned, right? That what kind of topic he chooses as an imam. Because there's big misunderstanding about this point. Some imam, they talk about some issues that happen in the Middle East, and it's not exist here in America. For example, I think one day back home, one person visited a village, a small village, and the dowry, you know what the dowry is? Mehr, right? It's very low in this village. A person can get married with $100. That's everything. That's the cost of getting married. So this imam stood up on the minbar and he started talking about the expenses of getting married. That's so much. People asking so much money, and the person put himself in debt, and he put himself on pressure, and people asking for a certain amount of dowry. And people don't do this at all. So you have to choose a topic that is really connected to the people, to the reality of the people. As an imam, don't think that you are in different world. You have to mention the circumstances, the situation that the people are going through. You cannot neglect that. Choose the right topic and the right time. Some khutbah, they like to talk about politics all the time. If something happened in Iraq, it's already mentioned on the news, he will come and make a whole khutbah on that particular incident. If something happened in Yemen or somewhere else, he will make the whole khutbah just talking about a specific incident. That's not okay. He can mention it, but not make the whole khutbah about this small point. because you have to have respect for the audience, for the people who are listening to you. These people came for the sake of getting knowledge, learn more, new things. So you're talking about, you are talking to almost 1,000 people, sometimes hundreds of people who came from different, places. Those who left their jobs. So at least you have to choose a topic that will inshallah benefit them, and they can leave the Jum'ah with something good, with something new. Allahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. Forgive me for the horrible and bad English. Jazakumullah khair. Any questions or concerns or comments, you can go ahead.
Any questions?